Today, I have a very important question for you. And this question you may have asked yourself in the past. You may have not. I don't know. Um, I've asked myself that question many times, and I've been asking myself that question recently as well. And I will tell you right away the question is not what's the matrix? If you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about, why I just said that. But I can tell you that the question is not really far from that concept if you understood the movie. It's a question that I believe many, well, probably most people have asked themselves at one point in time. I believe some may have not asked that question yet. Some are probably seeking the answer. Some have probably found the answer for themselves. And today, I will ask you the question and invite you to seek the answer for yourself and to reflect on that. So I'm going to take you for a short ride. It's cold, it's windy, it's wet, so it's not going to be a long ride, and I'm going to be talking about it. So I hope you'll stick around because this question is very important and it has nothing to do with motorcycle riding. So whether you ride motorcycles or not, this question is really for everybody, and it's a very important question, and I believe it's one of the best, the top questions that we have to ask ourselves at one point or another during our human life. So please stick around. Thank you. Alright, looks like the skies have cleared up because I live up the mountains and it was definitely cloudy, cold, and a bit of rain on and off. But down here by the St. Lawrence River, it looks like it didn't even rain and the skies are pretty much blue, so I'm happy about it. Now, I'm not gonna let you linger in the dark for long. I'm gonna ask you the question, and I really hope that you'll stick around after that, because after the question, because I will be talking about the subject as a whole with some possible answers as well. Why am I living on this earth? What is my purpose in life? Why do I even exist? Yeah, I know, those are three questions, not one. But actually, they really are the same, and it comes down to finding out the meaning of your life. Not an easy question, I know. And the answer is really different for everyone, simply because we are different. We have different dreams, different goals in life, different needs, different desires, and because of these, our purpose is different. So if you haven't asked yourself that question yet, I hope you will. But what I really hope for you is that you will find your answer, and hopefully your answer will come sooner rather than later. For me, I must admit, I never really found the answer despite asking myself that question so many times in my life. The first time is when I was a teenager. I remember looking up at the sky and asking, why the fuck am I here? Sorry for the language, but that's really how I said it back then. You see, I had a very difficult childhood. I won't go into details, but in a nutshell, my mom died when I was 8. She actually got murdered. And because my father wasn't around and because my family rejected me, I ended up in foster homes. 10 different foster homes in 8 years. So I will spare you the details here, but I will say this. It was a very painful experience, both mentally and physically. At 16, I ended up in juvenile detention, and at 18, I OD'd on drugs, but I was brought back to life. So you see, it was difficult for me to find an answer due to all the pain and sufferings and BS that I had gone through. And it took a while to finally find some answers, but I did, for a time anyway. The thing is, not only the answer vary from one person to the next, but I believe it also varies from one moment in time to the next. Maybe your purpose is to take care of your kids and to raise them properly. But once that's done, you will need to find something else, otherwise you will simply wither away. Maybe your purpose is to achieve a specific goal in life. But again, once you reach that goal, what's next? So, during our time on Earth, I believe it's important to keep reflecting on that question just to make sure that our life still has meaning. Now, what I find so sad is that there are too many people out there who do not have any purpose in life. They actually do not even live. They simply exist, and that's very unfortunate. For some, maybe by choice, yeah. While for some others, it's really because life wasn't too kind to them. So they end up living empty lives with no goals in sight and their dreams only alive in their imagination. Personally, that's where I'm at right now, reflecting on my life, my purpose, and what's ahead of me. I did reach my goals in life, and now I need something else, I guess, to keep me going. I wanted to retire by the age of 55, and I was able to do it at 53. I also wanted to have my own property paid for when I was retired, and I got that too. I'm very thankful for that. I didn't want to grow old alone, and that's also taken care of. I have a wonderful wife. She is like an angel, a very kind person, and I'm very lucky to have her, to be honest. My last dream on my bucket list was to ride a motorcycle one day, and I just accomplished it last year. Sure, I could have done it way sooner, but I knew I wasn't going to be responsible enough on a motorcycle. Chances are I would have killed myself on a bike if I would have started way earlier in life. So I guess I had enough wisdom to put that dream aside until I was truly ready. Anyway, I love riding my motorcycle, but to be honest, I can't help but wonder for how long, because I'm the kind of person who actually gets bored easily in life. Nothing seems to keep my interest for very long. I don't know why, but it is what it is, and for me, that's really a big challenge. Sometimes my wife asks me, "Are you happy?" To which I reply, "I'm satisfied." I don't know, for some reason I could never say that I'm happy. Sure, I had some moments of happiness in my life, but overall, I can't say that I was or I am happy, just satisfied. Things could be better, of course, but they also could be a lot worse. So, in truth, I guess I can say that I'm just thankful for the life that I do have. I hope that you are happy in your life, but also with your life, being thankful for what you do have, and that you found purpose in this crazy world that we live in. A world definitely full of lies, deception, and corruption, which can bring a lot of hardships, unfortunately. But despite all the BS of this world and the system in which we live, I hope that you can also see the beauty that this world has to offer and experience joy in the smallest of things. Here I will finish with a quote from Lewis Carroll. "In the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take." I spoke about that in the past, the importance of living our life without regrets. So go ahead and make the most of your life. Enjoy the moment, forget about yesterday, and please don't worry about tomorrow. I want to thank you for watching and also for listening. If you're still here, I hope you are. And I also hope that what I said today will somehow help you during your own journey on this earth. If you do have any questions, suggestions, or comments, please feel free to write them and I will respond. I always do out of respect. So until next time, take care, and stay safe out there.